Hello, everybody. I have some really cool things to show you upcoming for the astro forecast for this week. So I want to start actually with today and tomorrow. We've got a really cool aspect in the sky, and I'm going to show you on my phone because I couldn't find a good image on the internet. It's called Star of David, and you can see there's two triangles that are intersecting. And I just think that's so beautiful. Let me see if I can see today's. Yes, and you can see it again in the sky today. So I just think that's so pretty. That is, I don't really know what it means, but as soon as I looked at the chart, I was like, oh my gosh, it looks like the Star of David, and it is. So just a little fun fact, I guess. So Thursday, September 30th, the moon is in, or the sun is in Libra. We're in Libra season, and the moon is leaving Cancer and moving into Leo. So the Star of David in the sky is a grand trine in air and a grand trine in water. And we know, if you've been following along, we know air is associated with intellect and water is associated with emotion. And when there's a trine, when there's a big triangle in the sky, it means that it's like a natural talent. It just comes very easily. It's like a phone call that's crystal clear. It doesn't have any drops. It doesn't have any cutting out, anything like that. So it just comes very easily. There is also a trine between Neptune and Venus, and this is a really, really lovely placement. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that trine is there. I think it might be there for the whole week, actually. Just checking, sorry. Yeah, this trine between Venus and Neptune is going to be with us for the whole week. So Neptune is like the dreamy fantasy land, planet of illusion and deception and like mysticism and unconditional love. And it's in a very harmonious relationship with Venus, which is the planet of feminine energy and what we're attracted to and what we desire. So it just makes everything, I heard it said that this would be a really good time to have like a photo shoot. Like we feel pretty, we feel like there's like an aesthetic around things. We feel like good getting our little outfits picked out and maybe doing our hair, wearing jewelry. I don't really wear jewelry very much, but in honor of this aspect, I decided why not? This impacts our relationships, which is perfect for Libra season. Libra is all about the other. It's all about harmony between us and our significant others, between us and our friends, us and those that we interact with. And it's just all about creating balance. So it's just a really nice little influence that will come into play with our relationships. Also our creative expression. So that more feminine energy of creation and intuition is going to be really present. So if you have been waiting for a time to do your art, to do your whatever it is that makes you kind of tap into that side of yourself, now is a really, really good time. Love life is important. Tenderness and affection are kind of its center stage for right now while this trine is happening. So we can all just soak in that. It feels so good, I think, to have those like lovey-dovey moments and those sending sweet messages to your love or to your kids or to your friends, and just really kind of soaking in that sweetness. Friday, October 1st. Holy cow, I can't believe it's going to be October. The sun is in Libra and the moon is in Leo. I think this is a really fun combination, and it continues that theme of creative expression that we had with Venus and Neptune. Leo is the royalty in the sky. They're like center stage. They like to like put on their crowns and like wear their fancy clothes, and Libra is all about making the world more beautiful. So we can keep playing with that fun creativity, that fun creative expression, beauty, flair, expressive, taking time to make things feel like aesthetically pleasing. There's still 5 planets in air. We have so much air, and it can on the lower end, it can make us feel scattered. It can make us feel like kind of spread out mentally. We've got like one finger in 10 different pies. That can be really good for multitasking, but it can be really easy to get distracted. And then some of the little things that we started might end up being loose ends. So just be aware of that as we move in to Friday. The sun and the moon, or the sun and Mars, excuse me, are still quite close. It's the warrior, and it's your self-expression. So you can expect your self-expression, your outer personality, to have a little bit of warrior energy behind it. With so much air in the sky and having our emotional body resting in a fiery sign, it may express itself through impatience. But that Neptune Venus trine of lovey-doveyness and tenderness might help to soften a little bit. So just watch yourself if you're feeling impatient, if you're feeling a little bit restless or a little bit like that warrior is really pushing you. See if you can lean into some of those softer qualities of tenderness and affection and making things beautiful. Yeah, Saturday, October 2nd, we have a T-square. And just since I have since I'm recording on my computer today, I'll show you what that looks like. So this is October 2nd, like I said, there's a big red triangle. We can still see the big blue triangle, but now there's a red triangle. And T-square, remember, when you see that T, just think tension. That's all it is, just tension. There's tension between Venus and Scorpio, the moon in Leo, Jupiter in Aquarius. All of these planets are in fixed signs. So all of the signs, the 12 signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Capricorn, divided into 3 categories. Fixed energy means stubborn. That's all it means. It's hard to change directions. It's hard to kind of bend or go with the flow. Like, we have our plan and we want to go, and we don't want anyone to tell us what to do. So all of that can just lead to tension. It can lead to feeling uncomfortable. The release for this tension, so like the medicine, if you're feeling the tension, if you're feeling uncomfortable, if you're feeling bothered by people trying to tell you what to do, or things maybe not going your way, we can release some of that steam from that tea kettle by doing Taurus things. So Taurus is earth sign. So we can release tension by getting practical, especially around our finances. If you haven't balanced your checkbook, or you haven't kind of checked in with where you are in your finances, directing some of that energy that's coming from the tension into doing those more earthy things, the more practical things, more practical things will help to alleviate some of that pressure that may feel like it's building up, like a pressure cooker, or like a tea kettle. Another big Taurus thing is being outside and just being. So if balancing your checkbook doesn't seem like a soothing thing to do, go put your feet in the grass. Maybe you do both, maybe going outside and kind of enjoying, depending where you are, enjoying this new season, the weather. Even down here in Florida, it's a little bit different. I know I've seen some pictures from Fort Wayne, and the leaves are just, it's like my favorite time of the year. Down here, it's gotten different. It's a little bit less humid. It's been staying 75 until like 9 or 10 a.m., which is just a huge shift. I'd get up to go teach yoga at 7:15 a.m. and it would be like 86, 87 degrees. And so just to go out and enjoy what is around you, to get out. There's a bunch of negative ions outside that help to reduce our stress levels. Getting your feet in contact with the earth is like creating an electrical charge. It like charges you on a cellular physical level. So go take your medicine, go be outside, put your feet in the grass, go look at the leaves, go look at the trees, go smell, like incorporate your senses into the outdoors. And that will just be the best medicine for you on Saturday. Taurus also loves to eat. They're sensual. They love yummy foods. They love things that feel good, things that smell good, things that sound good, music. Go play with your inner Taurus on Saturday to help you to feel better. Then Sunday, it's a bit of a shift. We have a little bit more like powerhouse vibes. The sun is in Libra, the moon is in Virgo. Just first of all, that is, we can get really trapped up in our heads. We can get really consumed by the inner dialogue and by critiquing things and being picky about things. And so with some of that energy, we have the Mars and Sun trining Saturn as well. So this gives us passion, it gives us dedication, it gives us endurance to achieve our pursuit. So capitalize on this courage, capitalize on this drive, capitalize on this momentum, and work with it. Anything that you've been wanting to achieve, any goals that you've had, anything like that, will help, so we're not so stuck in here, and we'll start to take some of our energy out and begin to move instead of getting stuck in one place, cycling around inside of our heads. On Monday, October 4th, the sun is in Libra and the moon is still in Virgo. So like I said, we can get stuck in our heads with all of this air. The internal communication, the internal dialogue can be quite loud with all these planets in air. Air is intellect. It's about thinking. It's about talking. It's about like multitasking. And it has a tendency towards criticism. So the emotional body, the moon being in Virgo, is a very picky place for the moon to be in the sky. We're very aware of like shoulds and shouldn'ts and cans and can'ts and rights and wrongs. So watch yourself, watch your internal dialogue. Are you going into this place of, well, I shouldn't feel this way, or I have to do this, and if I don't do this, then, you know, just be the observer. And if you start to pick yourself apart, see what you can do to, I think awareness is always key. Awareness is always the best medicine. If we're not aware that we're picking ourselves apart, more than likely we're going to continue to do so. And yes, it serves a purpose to a degree, but with all the air, with the Virgo as well, I would predict that it could be a little bit bigger than what is useful, what is helpful, and what is healthy for us. The emotional body on Monday, the moon is also opposite Neptune, which is the planet of deception, illusion, fantasy, dreams, mysticism. We kind of touched on that at the beginning of the video with Venus. We are more likely to imagine things that aren't really there, that aren't really truly going on, because like I said, we can get trapped up in this whirlwind of thoughts and chaos that's spinning around inside of our heads. And then, you know, sometimes it happens where someone asks you, like, what are you doing? In order to start a conversation or in order to like have a dialogue, and because we're stuck up here rather than grounded in reality, we may feel like they're accusing us of wrongdoing. We may feel like all of a sudden defensive, or like we're being persecuted, even though it's not real. It's something that we have crafted up in this crazy whirlwind that we have in our minds. On the opposite side, there's a lot of different ways that this can be interpreted. You may imagine that someone is showing like romantic interest in you, and all of a sudden you're like daydreaming about what a long, romantic, happy life you're going to have together, even if like it's not real. So just be aware with that planet of illusion and deception, squaring off opposite of our emotional body. Again, observe yourself, be aware, make sure that you're not making things up in your own head in order to get that dopamine rush when we're solving problems. When we feel like we're getting our ducks in a row, we get dopamine rush, our brain releases it. So that's like cocaine or sugar. Like, we just want more. It feels so good. So don't let yourself be fooled by your own hyperactive thoughts and Neptune influencing your emotional body. Self-awareness will always help you to differentiate between truth and fiction, reality and illusion. So just be aware of yourself, be curious, be listening on the inside, listen to yourself. Tuesday, October 5th, and Wednesday, both the sun and the moon are in Libra. 6 planets are in air. This is busy. This is fast. This is impatient. It's talkative. It's multitasking. It's all over the place kind of energy. It's talk, 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 and say nothing kind of energy. It's gossipy energy. It's just listen to people talking around you. You'll probably start to pick up on how much people are talking and how little they're actually saying. It's kind of fun. I think it's fun anyway. This is a really good time to journal. It's a really good time to get everything from in here out by writing it down. So especially with the new moon happening on Wednesday, please designate some time for yourself to stop the external chatter, to stop the conversations, to stop the multitasking, to stop the like starting 6 different projects at once, and choose like very deliberately to sit and listen and like be within yourself, listen to your own dialogue without all of the other chaos that's going on around you. Let's see. And new moons are a good time to say no to external activities, to say no to just to extra. I mean, you're not gonna like be struck by lightning or like be burned down or anything if you are riding this wave of lots of energy and Mars playing with the sun and all of the air that's in the sky. It's okay if that's the direction you're going. But the reason that I like to follow what the moon is doing is because then I feel like I can do a really good job of being balanced just overall. If I didn't follow the moon, if I didn't I use it to track like, okay, now it's time, maybe I'll do 1 workout instead of 2. I will do yoga before I go to bed instead of doing like learning Spanish. I'm learning Spanish on my phone. I'll deliberately choose to stop doing and stop going. And that's really the only way I can track it. That's really the only way I can make time for things like that, because I have a lot of energy and I like to go and I like to do, and I like to be doing things a lot. So like I said, if you opt out, if you choose to be external instead of internal, that's okay. I just use it for myself to make sure that I can be whole, because I think if I didn't do that, it would be like inhaling all the time, or it would be like only having daylight ever, no nighttime. And it's really important for me. I think I'm healthiest and happiest when I have a healthy combination of both. So I'd like to encourage you to do the same. I care about each one of you, and I want you to be healthy, happy, whole, and well-rounded humans. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. I would love to talk about them with you. And I hope that you have a wonderful week, and I hope you have a really happy new moon.